So Tim, we're just kind of keep rolling here. And there's one other thing I'd like to talk about, and how you're educating me around xRP. And I know we're working with the Acumatica platform, and I know it has a .NET base, and that's significant because it creates some familiarity for developers, not just ours, but a lot of different developers. Can you talk to us a little bit about that familiarity and what that does from a business power perspective?
Yeah. So, I think familiarity is kind of a key to allowing these tools to be powerful. At SVA, we've got this pretty deep development team.
Yep.
And they're deep in a .NET tool set.
Yep.
And that's a typical tool set that you would find in the marketplace as well. So for our strong development team that we have at SVA, or for organizations that may have their own development team, Acumatica framework, entirely built in .NET. So as you make extensions to the application, it's done in .NET, frankly, with C# if you prefer, but in any managed code.
Right.
And further, it uses Visual Studio as a tool to make those enhancements.
And that really comes back to that framework or platform conversation where we have this kind of code base that's really well put together in Acumatica, and now we can do customizations by client, just extending that with .NET, right?
That's exactly right. Again, familiar with .NET, using the tool set like Visual Studio, and then database structure underneath it is SQL Server, and applying a data access class layer on top of SQL Server, which allows for a security model to be put on top of SQL Server.
Right.
So you take those three elements, .NET code, using Visual Studio as a development environment, and using SQL Server as the database engine, and you really have a tool set, highly adaptable,
right,
very sustainable with the types of customizations we do, but familiar to many people in the market, either in our organization with our development team, or our customers and their development teams.
And that's where that power comes from, because in many cases, ERP systems of the past were specialized languages where very few people really knew how to program and kind of put the software to work for them. But with a .NET base in Acumatica, we really almost have the full programming playbook in play to create custom solutions.
You're exactly right.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Yeah. Well, what do you think? We've covered
a lot of territory
today.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been great. I'm glad you were able to drop out and we were able to catch up. It's been a while.
And we've been able to have a beer too, which is always a good one. Yeah. Cheers.